All right, I'm going to start some little introductions here while Sarah cleanses the space. So good Saturday afternoon, everyone, and welcome. So for those who do not know me, my name is Diane Pelletier. I am the Outreach Coordinator at Alternative Compassion Services. And for those of you who don't know about ACS, we are a locally owned and operated seek-to-sale medical cannabis dispensary located in Bridgewater, Massachusetts. And we specialize in small batch medical marijuana products. We emphasize high quality medical grade products with company transparency and safety through education, which aligns with a lot of my own ethics, which is a pretty great place to be a part of. As November marks Diabetes Awareness Month, we wanted to provide community connection for the medical marijuana community, for caregivers, for partners, for spouses, patients, and wellness practitioners who are diabetic or love someone who has diabetes. Diabetes is very common. In fact, 1 in 10 Americans have it, which when I looked at that fact, that actually my jaw dropped, but it makes sense to me. My brother, aunts and uncles included, have diabetes, type 1. My brother has type 1. A lot of families have type 2. So no matter what form of diabetes you or your loved one may have, there are wellness and self-care strategies like yoga you can incorporate into your routine that may bring relief, relaxation, and some sort of balance for yourself. For medical cannabis patients and adults, you're both welcome to incorporate cannabis safely into your yoga practice today and to find a deeper connection and a more blissful experience. I find it helps me to stretch a little bit deeper and to look more inward into myself while calming myself. But then again, find your own happy dose and think of safety first. As we begin today's yoga practice, I encourage folks to ask questions within the chat section, but since there's very few of us, I'll probably just manage microphones. But if you have a specific question on positions and need support, I can help with that there, and we can connect with Sarah. I will keep all participants' cameras and microphones off depending on how many people come into the class. But if you need assistance again with a posture, please just say something and we can connect with you to get you that extra support. We're here for you. It's nice to have this community so we can connect and give each other that love and give ourselves that grace. So questions for Sarah will be answered at the end of the yoga practice as well. If you have questions for her in regarding to connecting with her in the future. There's my cat. And yeah, and just connecting with her and her business as an entrepreneur and more questions on what she does. So today we come together for a beginner yoga practice specifically designed for diabetics and led by an incredible diabetes advocate and wellness entrepreneur, Sarah MacLeod, who is a yogi and a holistic health coach with Hold Fast Healing. She is also a type 1 diabetic. So designed to bring the body and mind closer in alignment, this Yoga for Diabetes class offers the community a new way to approach wellness. Sarah, is a sincere pleasure, and I'm so glad that you could join us today. How are you?
Doing great. Thank you for that intro and for thoughtfully conveying, what this month is all about, diabetes awareness. So many people's lives are touched by diabetes, whether they personally have diabetes or not. And it's easy for us to relate to that idea of balance, right? So whether we're trying to balance our blood sugar, balance our endocannabinoid system, or just balance our lives, right? We know what the struggle is to have those highs and to have those lows. So really that's something that yoga has helped me learn more about is how to find just that self-acceptance and that compassion for yourself, regardless of any external circumstances. So, there's things beyond our control in life, whether it's illness or, just worldly events, whatever it might be. But we can't control these things. There's only so much that we can control. And what we do have some control over is the physical self, the mental self. When it comes to finding a practice that works for us, like yoga, we can start to create space in our body and also our mind, so that our perspective on life and the world and just, everything can expand and can be more open. So with this practice today, what I'm really focusing on is our breath. So really, regardless of what the body is doing, we want to make sure we're focusing on the breath. So we're focusing on the inhale and also the exhale. And if ever throughout your practice you move away from the breath, you can come right back to it, and there you'll be. So we're going to get started comfortably on our mats. So making your way to your yoga mat, setting yourself up for a practice that's enjoyable by creating a nice, comfortable space where you are. So for me, that means, maybe tidying up a little bit so I'm not distracted by clutter or things that need to be picked up. I've lit some candles. I have some Palo Santo burning. I've got my mat here. And you can use props like a blanket or a pillow. I also have a yoga strap as well as yoga blocks. But really the only thing you truly need is yourself and your breath. So if you don't have any of these other things, don't you worry about that at all. And so since this is a yoga for diabetes class, I will suggest that anyone that has diabetes, you start off your yoga practice by checking in with your blood sugar. So because yoga is a physical practice, we're moving our body, we're exercising, we might see some changes in our blood sugar. So what we want to do is we want to be curious. We want to be little yogi scientists here. So we're going to test our blood sugar and we're going to see where we're starting. And if you are diabetes adjacent, and all that means is that you're someone that loves somebody who has diabetes, you might not be checking your blood sugar, but you might be checking in with yourself physically. How do you feel today? Do you have any aches or pains? Do you have anything that you want to be aware of as you move through a physical practice? And for me, I'm at 110, so that's actually pretty exciting. So 110 to start off my practice. And so another thing that we want to keep in mind during our yoga practice, if we have diabetes, is making sure we always have glucose nearby. If we ever get low while we're on our mat, we want to make sure that we can treat our low blood sugar without having to go and gather supplies. So I've got some Smarties here in my little glucose kit here. Make sure we're always practicing in a way that's safe so that we can have fun and we can enjoy this yoga practice. So an option here while we're getting started is to place something beneath your seat. So elevating your hips higher than your knees, even just slightly here, will help to give you a little bit of ease in your hips, ease in this seated posture. We want to get comfortable here as we get started. So relaxing our hands, finding stillness here as our hands rest, palms facing downward, relaxing our shoulders, and sitting up nice and tall. And so just becoming more aware of the quality of our spine. We're going to bring our awareness to the top of our head, to the crown, and we're going to feel ourselves being gently lifted by the crown. So just allowing yourself to feel that flow of energy from the top of your head down the length of your spine. We arrive here on our mats in stillness. You might even choose to close your eyes here. Maybe you soften your gaze, relaxing into this space. Finding stillness, finding silence. And then beginning to bring to mind your intention for your practice this afternoon. So there's a reason why you're here. There's a reason why you've been drawn to yoga. There's a reason why you're curious about this class. What is your intention for today? Is it to move your body for physical exercise, for fitness? Is it to connect with your spiritual side? are you here so that you can learn more about the way in which your body moves? And letting go of any external distractions. Taking a deep breath in, maybe acknowledging that distraction. We exhale to release and let go. So we can use the breath in this way as our guide, inhaling to acknowledge whatever it is that is outside of us externally. A dog's bark, a noisy neighbor, a truck that's passing by. We breathe in to acknowledge these distractions. And we breathe out to release, to let go, to send away. Maybe you place one hand on your belly, one hand on your chest. We'll connect here with our breath as we inhale and exhale. Feel your beating heart. Feel the warmth of your physical body beneath your hands. This vessel that carries you throughout your life each and every day. Deep breath in. Long breath out. A few more breaths here. And allow your hands to relax back down, resting comfortably on your legs. We're gonna take whatever's beneath us away. So if it's a pillow or a blanket, we're gonna remove those things from beneath us. And we're gonna sit here on our mats with our legs extended straight out ahead in front of us. Just bring your legs straight out ahead. Maybe you wiggle your toes. Maybe you bring your toes towards the body and then you push them away. So movement in the ankles, toes towards the body and away. We'll just do a couple gentle movements there. Sit up nice and tall. We're gonna inhale, sweep our arms overhead so that palms are facing each other. Relax your shoulders. Let your shoulders fall a little bit away from your ears. Take a deep breath in. And then as you exhale, we're gonna allow our hands to travel down towards our shins as we hinge forward at the hips. So we're hinging forward, hands are coming down onto our shins. We have our gaze shifted downward. Using our breath as our guide, we'll inhale to create space within the body. And then on the exhale, we're moving our hands further down our legs towards our ankles. Moving into that space that we created with our breath. Nice deep breath in and out. And hands can travel all the way down to the feet if you can reach. Another option here would be to deepen the bend at your knees. So allowing yourself to bend the knees, bringing tops of the thighs closer to our body. We might be able to bring our hands just a little bit further down towards the feet. And feeling the subtle shift of energy here as you take advantage of that modification. We breathe in and out. Remembering that your practice is your own, and that you can be curious as we explore the options here for us. And then slowly begin to rise. As you rise, we're gonna give our legs a little squeeze. So a little massage here up the shins, into the quads, wiggle those toes. We're gonna bring our legs nice and wide. So legs are gonna come wide. We're gonna keep our hips square to the front of our mats. Inhale, sweep our arms overhead. And then as you exhale, we're gonna come straight down. So palms are coming straight down towards the floor in front of us. Palms come straight down. Ease in the neck as we keep our gaze shifted downward. Maybe you even bring a deeper bend to your knees so that you can move a little bit further ahead there with your hands. And just noticing the sensations within your body as you offer yourself these different options here. I'm going to seated forward fold. We're going to walk hands towards the body. We'll rise. We're going to rise all the way back up. Inhale, sweep your arms overhead. We're going to turn and face the right leg. So just turn your upper body so we're facing the right leg. On the exhale, drape yourself over your right leg. We're coming down. Hands are coming onto the leg, onto the ankle. Maybe we can reach our foot. Again, you can always bring a deeper bend to your knees here. A little bit of a modification. And so we're connecting with our breath here as we're draped over that right leg. Deep breath in and out. And then slowly we rise. Give that right leg a squeeze. Inhale, sweep your arms overhead. We're going to turn and face the left leg this time. Exhale, drape yourself over the left leg as we hinge forward. Hands are coming down. Deep breath in and out. Connect with your breath here. Follow your inhale. Move into that space with the exhale. Few breaths here on the left side. And then when you're ready, we'll rise. We'll give that left leg a squeeze as we come all the way up. We're going to take the soles of our feet, bring the soles of the feet together here. Soles of the feet come to touch. Knees are going to come out wide. We're going to bring the heels inward towards the body. Or maybe you choose to bring the heels a little bit further ahead. So this is going to start to be a place in your practice where you need to decide what's right for you. So the closer we get, the tighter it might feel. And so you want to negotiate that space where your heels feel best. You might even want to try using your elbows as you hinge forward to apply a little bit of pressure to the lower inside parts of your legs. So hands coming under the toes, one hand underneath the other. As we hinge forward, we can use our elbows to place a little bit of pressure there on the lower legs. Gaze is towards the feet. Connecting here, we breathe in and out. Again, creating space each time we inhale. And then moving into that space as we exhale. Gently we rise. We'll send our legs straight out ahead once again. Give our legs a little wiggle here. We're going to swing our legs around. So we're going to swing our legs around and we're going to come onto all fours. So coming onto all fours, you might want to take something like a blanket here. You can always use a blanket or a second yoga mat if you need a little bit of extra support here for your knees. Another great tip is you got some bad knees. One of those little gardening mats that's like the perfect little prop to have if you've got some sore knees. But a blanket will do just fine. We're going to come onto all fours. So we're stacking our wrists below our shoulders and our knees are below our hips. So wrists below shoulders, knees are below hips. We're keeping our gaze shifted downward towards the mat. We're going to take our hands and we're going to turn our hands so that our fingers are shining towards the outside edge of your mat. So turn your hands so that fingers are shining to the outside edge and the inner parts of your wrists are facing each other. And so we'll start to feel a little bit of a stretch here in our wrists. Maybe we move side to side, just a little bit of gentle motion here, side to side. And just bringing awareness into how the wrists feel. Staying with our breath. Maybe we move front to back. Finding stillness once again. Another option would be to turn your hands so that fingertips are shining towards your knees. So inner wrists are shining towards the top of the mat. Seeing if we can stay here for just a moment as we acknowledge our breath. And then slowly taking our hands and bringing them so that fingers are shining towards the top of the mat. And we'll take the right hand. We're going to take the right hand, flip the right hand over so that the back of your right hand is resting directly on the mat, right wrist below right shoulder. Feeling this stretch in the right wrist, we'll take a deep breath in. And then as we exhale, we'll gently sink our hips towards our heels, pausing when we feel that gentle stretch in the right wrist. A few breaths here on the right side. And then slowly we'll rise. We're going to roll out that right wrist. Bring the right hand back down. Flip the left hand over, left hand, back of the hand on the mat, left wrist below left shoulder. Deep breath in. Exhale, we're sinking hips towards heels, feeling that subtle stretch, this time within our left wrist. Same thing here. A few breaths on this side. Whatever we do on one side, we do to the other side. And then gently we'll rise. We're going to roll out the left wrist. And we can be curious about how one side might feel different than the other side. But still, we're not judging ourselves here. We're not saying good or bad, right or wrong. We're simply being curious, observing. We're going to take our toes, curl the toes under. So we've got flat feet, we'll curl those toes. So we're going to keep the toes curled, and slowly we're going to sink our hips towards our heels as we walk the hands towards the body. So hands are coming towards the body. If it feels okay for you, we're going to sit back onto our heels. So we're going to try sitting back onto our heels. And for anyone who might experience neuropathy like me, this might be a little bit of a challenge for you. So you can always keep your hands right here where they are. Flatten those feet. If that feels better, you can sit back here. But maybe we're exploring this toe curl here, feeling a stretch in the bottom of our feet, in our toes, getting in a nice warm up here as we sit back on our heels. We're going to inhale and sweep our arms overhead. Palms will come to touch, and we'll exhale, hands through heart center. Nice deep breath in and out. Hands are coming back down onto the mat. We're going to come back into a neutral tabletop position again. Wrists below shoulders, knees are below our hips. We're going to remove the blanket or any other prop that might be below us here. We're going to remove that blanket. We're going to bring our big toes to touch. Knees will travel towards the edge of the mat. And then on our exhale, we'll slowly sink our hips towards our heels as we extend and find length through the arms. We're bringing our hands forward as we lower ourselves down. Forehead is coming all the way onto the mat. Arms are reaching overhead. As we breathe in, we create space, and as we exhale, we move deeper into this child's pose. So nice deep breath in and out. Inhale, exhale. Hands will move back to the body. We'll start to rise. We're going to move from child's pose, coming all the way back into a neutral tabletop position once again. So we're coming back to find our neutral tabletop position. We've got the tops of our feet flat. Our wrists are below our shoulders. We're going to sit back onto our heels. So we're going to sit all the way back onto our heels. And if at any point you need to rise and come off the heels just to offer some relief, feel free to do so. We're going to inhale and sweep our arms out wide. Arms are going to come wide, palms will touch overhead. And then exhale, hands through heart center. Deep breath in and out. So we're resting here with hands at heart center. If you need to rise, like I said, you can rise. And if you need to sit right on your bottom, right on your seat, if that's better for you, that's an option too. We're going to focus on a twist here using our ribs and our obliques. And so this twist is really helpful if you have any kind of digestive issues or GI stuff going on. I know for me with gastroparesis, twists are one of my most needed and most favorite yoga postures. So we're going to focus on this area of our body. We're going to bring our hands to heart center. So palms are pressed. Hands are at heart center. Elbows are shining directly away from each other. We're going to inhale, sit up nice and tall. And then on the exhale, we're going to twist towards the right side. So using our ribs and our obliques, we're going to twist towards the right side. We're going to pause. We're going to inhale. And then the exhale is going to allow us to find a deeper twist. We're going to inhale back through center. And then exhale, release our hands onto the tops of our thighs. Inhale, sweep your arms out wide. Palms come to touch overhead. Exhale, hands come through heart center. Nice deep breath in. Exhale, twist left. We'll pause, inhale. Exhale, find a deeper twist. And then inhale back through center. Exhale, release your hands onto your thighs. Inhale, sweep your arms overhead. Palms will come to touch. Exhale, hands to heart center. Allow your hands to find the tops of your thighs. On your inhale, we're going to move through cat-cow. So as we inhale, we're going to open up our chest and lift our gaze, finding cow. And then as we exhale, we're going to round the spine and shift the gaze, finding cat. Inhale, coming forward for cow. Exhale, rounding the spine for cat. Inhale and exhale. Moving through cow and cat. And then coming back through center. We're going to bring our hands back down onto the mat, arrive back in a nice neutral tabletop position once again. So we focused on our twists. We did some cat-cow movements. We're going to bring the toes together. The knees will come wide. On our exhale, we'll sink the hips towards our heels. Lower down all the way into child's pose. Take a nice deep breath in and out. Inhale and exhale. Deep breath in and out. Gently rise, move from child's pose back into a neutral tabletop position. So we're coming back into our tabletop. On our inhale, we'll extend our right hand directly out ahead, keeping our gaze shifted downward. So right arm's extended. We're going to send the left leg behind us. Toes are resting on the floor, on the mat. Flexing through the heel of the left foot. We'll lift the left leg so that it's parallel with our mat. So we have our left leg lifted. We have our hips square to the mat. On our inhale, we're going to point the toes of the left foot. And then exhale, we flex. Inhale, we point. Exhale, we flex.
Inhale, point. Exhale, flex. We'll bring the right hand down to the mat. Bring a bend to the left knee. Sole of the left foot is shining towards the ceiling, towards the sky. On your inhale, we're going to draw the left knee in towards the chest. And then exhale, sole of the foot shines upward. Inhale, left knee comes in towards the chest. Exhale, bring the sole of the foot towards the ceiling. Inhale, knee comes in. Exhale, sole shines upward. We'll lower the left knee down, coming back into your neutral table. We'll extend the left hand directly out ahead. Send the right leg back behind us, flexing through the heel of the right foot. We lift the right leg so that it's parallel with the mat. Inhale, pointing the toes of your right foot. Exhale, we flex through the heel. Inhale, we point. Exhale, we flex. Inhale, point. Exhale, flex. We'll bring that left hand down. Bring a bend to the right knee so that the sole of the foot shines upward. Inhale, draws the right knee in towards the chest. Exhale, sole of the foot shines upward. Inhale, knee in towards the chest. Exhale, foot shines upward. Inhale, draw the knee inward. Exhale, sole shines towards the ceiling. And we'll bring that right knee down as well. We're back here in our neutral tabletop position once again. Great job, everybody. Hope everyone's feeling good so far. We're moving right along through our practice. We're going to take our hands, we're going to bring our hands one hand's distance ahead of where they are right now. We're going to take our toes and we're going to curl the toes under. On our inhale, gently hover your knees. So inhale, knees will hover, and then exhale, we'll lower them back down. Trying that again. Inhale, let your knees hover off the mat. And then on the exhale, we're going to shift our hips back so that we find ourselves in a downward dog with sits bones shining towards the ceiling. We're finding length through the arms. Our biceps are framing our ears. And our tailbone is shining upward towards the ceiling, towards the sky. We're separating our fingers. Our hands are about shoulder distance apart. A great way to check your downward facing dog is to allow yourself to shift forward into a high plank position. So inhale, allow yourself to shift forward, and then exhale, you can shift right back into that downward facing dog. If at any point you need to lower your knees, you can feel free to do so. We're just connecting here with our breath. This isn't about stretching the backs of our legs, so heels don't need to touch here. But we can lower and lift our heels, walking out our dog, allowing ourselves here to get that gentle stretch in the backs of our legs. And then finding stillness once again. We're going to inhale and shift forward to high plank. Drop your knees, flatten your feet, shift forward, and lower yourself all the way down. So hands are at about shoulder height here. Palms are resting on our mat. Our gaze is shifted downward. Focus on drawing the elbows inward towards the body. So keep those elbows tucked in. On our inhale, we're going to peel our chest, lifting our gaze, pressing those palms into the mat. Lift to find baby cobra. Exhale, lower right back down. Inhale, tiny baby cobra push-up. And then exhale, lower right back down. Inhale to baby cobra. And then exhale, lowers down. Inhale, push yourself up. We're going to move from our table. We're going to step back to find a downward facing dog. So you can step into a high plank and shift your hips back, or you can move
into downward dog how we arrived before. Hands 1 hand's distance away, curl the toes under, inhale, and then shift those hips back. So those are the 2 options that you have getting into your downward facing dog. Inhale, bend your knees and shift your gaze towards your hands. And then on your exhale, we're gonna walk our feet forward. So feet are coming forward all the way to our hands. And we're bent over here, hinging forward at the hips. Gaze is towards our legs so that crown can shine downward towards the mat. We're gonna inhale and lift ourselves halfway, finding our flat back. Exhale, lowering down into forward fold. Hair is close to these candles. So we're in our forward fold here. We're gonna inhale, lift halfway, flat back. Bring your hands onto your hips. Exhale, release your breath. And then on your inhale, begin to rise vertebrae by vertebrae. So nice and slow, we rise all the way up to standing. Relax your shoulders, relax your arms. I know I'm like the headless yoga teacher up here, so you're not gonna be able to see the top of my body. But we're gonna work with this here for our chair posture. So we're focusing on bringing our feet hips distance apart. So when I say hips distance, I'm talking about our hip bones. So not the outsides of our legs, but our actual hip bones. So see if you can take your fingers and just bring them right onto your hip bones here. And then look down at your feet and see if that is a good place for you to bring your feet into alignment with those hip bones. And maybe it's comfortable for you. You feel a little stronger, more steady. You bring the feet a little closer together. But maybe it feels good for you to bring your feet just a little bit wider. So really letting yourself decide what feels best within your own body here this afternoon. We're gonna set ourselves up at the top of our mat in a nice mountain pose. So feet are below hips or wherever they feel best for us. Arms are relaxed by our side. We're standing nice and tall. So the energy is flowing from our crown all the way down our body. Mountain pose, Tadasana. This is one of the foundational postures within a yoga practice. Feeling rooted and grounded. We take a nice deep breath in and out. On our next inhale, we're gonna sweep our arms out wide. We're gonna bring our arms overhead. Palms will face each other, kind of like they did at the beginning of our practice when we were in our seated forward folds. We're gonna allow ourselves to access our breath here with arms outstretched overhead, palms facing each other. We'll take a breath in. And then as we exhale, we're gonna slowly sink our knees forward as hips slowly sink back. We're gonna arrive in a chair posture. So we've got our arms extended, outreaching overhead. We've got a bend in our knees, a bend in our hips. Utkatasana, chair. We'll rise, so we'll begin to stand, bringing arms down by our side, nice and gentle, nice and easy. We're gonna inhale, sweep our arms overhead. Same thing, palms face each other. Exhale, knees are coming forward, hips are coming back. Coming into our chair. We're gonna hold here for 3, for 2, for 1, and then we'll rise. Gently stand, arms come down by our side. Stand nice and tall. Inhale, sweep your arms overhead. Exhale, Utkatasana, knees forward, hips back. Chair. Really reach overhead with those arms. Maybe you bring a bend to your elbows. We can make our arms like a cactus or a goalpost. Maybe you bring your hands to heart center. We hold here. See if you can bend those knees just a little bit more. Sink those hips back. Deep breath in. And then this time as you exhale, hinge forward, pouring down into forward folds.
So coming into your forward fold, crown is shining down. We'll inhale, lift halfway, flat back. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, sweep your arms out wide. We're going to reverse our swan dive as we rise. We're going to bring our palms overhead. They'll face each other. And then exhale, sink your knees forward, hips back. Come right back into our chair posture once again. So we're back here in chair. Palms come to touch. Hands are at heart center. Take a nice deep breath in. As you exhale, we're going to twist right. So just like we did our twist on our knees, we're going to use our ribs, our obliques. We're twisting towards the right on the exhale. And then inhaling back through center. We'll exhale, hinging forward, pouring down into forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway, find your flat back. Exhale, folding forward. We'll inhale, root to rise, reverse your swan dive, sweep your arms out wide. We're going to exhale, sinking our knees forward, hips back. Come right back into that chair. Hands come to heart center. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale, we're twisting left. Inhale back through center. Exhale, hinging forward. Pour down into your forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway, flat back. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, reverse your swan dive. Take those arms overhead, palms will touch. Exhale, hands through heart center and gently down by our side. Breath to movement. Remember, we want to follow our breath. With each movement, we find our inhale and our exhale. So I'm going to see if I can creep into my corner here so you can see me a little bit better. We're going to move into our mountain posture so that we can focus on making our way into tree. So we start in Tadasana, mountain pose. And we're going to bring our hands onto our hips. So hands are on our hips. Bring a bend to the right knee so that you're on the ball of the right foot. Take your right hand and bring your right hand onto the right thigh. Using your right hand, we're going to internally and externally rotate that right thigh. So just encouraging the hip to open and close. And then opening up that hip, we're going to pause here. Again, keeping the right foot on the ground. We'll take the right hand back to our hip. We're going to stand nice and tall. And then slowly start to bring the sole of the right foot towards the left standing leg. Now, with the left leg, we're going to keep a little bit of a bend in the left knee. So we're not locking through that left leg. We want a slight little bend here, nice and easy. We're going to take the right foot, like I said, bring it towards the left leg. You may even keep the toe of the right foot, the big toe, resting on the mat, on the floor. Or you might start to explore bringing that right foot up just a little bit higher. So maybe it's on the ankle, maybe the inner calf. What we want to do is avoid bringing the right foot onto the knee. So we don't want to place it right on the left knee and cause some pressure there that won't feel so great. We want to keep it below or above the knee. And we're bringing awareness into the right knee. And we're moving the right knee towards the wall behind us. So that's going to allow you to open up the right leg as well, the right hip. And we're focusing on something directly in front of us that isn't moving. So that is our point of focus. It's known as our drishti. We can bring hands to heart center. Palms are pressed. And then when you're ready, you can start to grow the branches of your tree. So maybe you take hands at heart center and start to slowly lift your palms overhead, separating your hands when you're ready. Bringing the branches nice and wide. I know you can't really see my branches too much, but you can get creative and curious here as well. Allow yourself to explore what feels good. Again, awareness in that right knee. We're drawing the right knee towards the wall behind us, opening up the right hip. And finding our breath. Don't forget the breath. Inhaling and exhaling.
For an added challenge, you might choose to direct your gaze to the ceiling above, or maybe you even close your eyes. See how that feels within the body. See what that does to this posture for you. And when you're ready, hands will come back to heart center. We're going to draw the right knee inward. So right knee comes in. We're going to point the right toe straight out ahead in front of us. And then we're going to slowly bring that right foot back down to meet the left. Arms will relax by our sides. Palms are open. We're going to take the left foot. We're going to roll out the left ankle. So nice, gentle ankle rolls here on the left side. We're going to take the left foot. We're going to cross the left foot over the right knee. So we're going to make a 4 here. Nice little 4 here with our legs. And maybe you stay right here. Left hand resting on the inside of the left thigh. Or maybe you bring your hands to heart center. On your exhale, we're going to sink the right knee forward. Hips are going to come back. Going to stretch the left hip here. Little reset for that standing leg. Maybe your gaze shifts downward towards the mat in front of you. Maybe you even reach towards the mat. But just allowing yourself to honor yourself wherever you are today within this posture. We'll all meet back in our mountain pose. Nice Tadasana spine, standing tall. Deep breath in and out. And so we can find balance here. We're going to do exactly what we just did on the right side, on our left side. So we're going to take our hands, bring them to our hips. We're going to come onto the ball of the left foot this time. Left hand finds left thigh. Internally and externally rotate that left leg. We're opening up the hip here. We're getting that synovial fluid moving around like the Tin Man. So we're going to open up that left hip here. Bring the left hand to the left hip. Then slowly take that left foot and bring it towards the right standing leg. Again, slight micro bend in that right standing leg. And then slowly we'll take the left foot onto the right leg. Deciding for ourselves where it feels best. Again, awareness in the left knee. We want to make sure we're staying aware of that hip opener on this left side. So we want to take the left knee and draw it towards the wall behind us. And also remembering, don't place pressure on the inner right knee with that left foot. So we want to keep the left foot below the knee or above the knee. So we can come above, or we can stay below. Maybe we even keep the left big toe right on the mat, right on the floor. Hands are at heart center. We'll grow our tree and find our branches when we're ready. So allowing yourself to explore your tree. And whatever you did on the right side, we're going to make sure we give a try on the left side. Even if it feels differently from one side to the other, we still like to give it a try. Be curious, be observant. Give yourself compassion. No judgment here. And when you're ready, hands are going to come back to heart center. We'll slowly draw that left knee inward towards center. And then point the left toe straight out ahead. We'll slowly bring that left foot back down towards the body. Relax our arms by our sides. Palms are open. We're going to roll the right ankle just a few times here. Take care of that standing leg. And then take the right foot, cross the right foot over the left knee. You can stay right here in a figure 4, or maybe you bring your hands to heart center. Exhale, left knee starts to sink forward, hips are moving back. Gaze can shift towards the mat in front of you, towards the floor. Maybe you even start to reach down with your hands. Few breaths. Take your time. We're all going to meet back in our mountain pose. Nice Tadasana spine. Arms relaxed by our sides. Mountain pose once again. Beautiful job, everyone. Inhale, sweep your arms overhead. Palms will touch. Exhale, hands through heart center. Take a nice deep breath in. And then exhale, hinge forward at the hips. We're pouring down into a forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway, find your flat back. And then on the exhale, we're gonna plant our hands. We're gonna step both our feet back. We find ourselves in a high plank. We're gonna drop our knees, flatten the feet, shift forward and lower down. Find your setup here for baby cobra. Inhale, we lift to find baby cobra. And exhale, we lower back down. Inhale, we lift. Exhale, we lower. Inhale, we lift. Exhale, we lower. Inhale, push yourself up. We're gonna find our tabletop position. Big toes come together, knees come wide. Exhale, sink your hips back towards your heels. Lower down for child's pose. Take a nice breath in and out. Hands come in towards the body, we rise. And taking your time to come out of child's pose. No rush here, we'll meet in our neutral tabletop position. On your inhale, we're gonna sweep the right arm out towards the side, gaze will follow. On the exhale, we're gonna thread the right arm behind the left. So threading the needle here, we're gonna drop down onto the right shoulder, right side of the head. So we're reaching towards the left side with the right hand. Palm is facing upward. So right palm is facing the ceiling. And we're feeling the stretch in our right shoulder, the right side of our neck. We might even take the left hand and walk the left hand forward, reaching overhead with the left arm. Deep breath in and out. Few breaths on this side. And then when you're ready, bring that left hand back in. We're gonna use the left hand to push ourselves up. We'll rise. We're gonna sweep that left arm out. Right hand comes back down. This time the left side. We'll inhale, sweep the left arm outward. Exhale, thread the needle, left arm behind right. Drop down, left shoulder, left side of the head. Right hand is close towards the body. We can use that for support. Or maybe we walk that right hand forward. And so we're reaching towards the right side with the left arm. Left palm is facing upward. And then the right arm is reaching overhead. Couple breaths here. Inhale, exhale. Breathing in and out. Few breaths on this side. And then that right hand's coming inward towards the body. We'll use the right hand to push ourselves up. Sweep that left arm outward. And then left hand comes back down. We're back in our neutral tabletop. We can either swing our legs around or you can cross your ankles and kind of rock back so that we send the legs forward. Nice little tricky maneuver there. Not as fancy as it seems. But finding ourselves here on our mats, we're gonna lower down onto our backs. So coming all the way down onto our backs, we're gonna keep our knees bent. Feet will come to touch, knees will come to touch. Arms are gonna come out to a T. We're gonna take a nice deep breath in. On your exhale, drop your knees towards the right. So knees just gently fall right, and your gaze will come over your left shoulder. We're gonna take the lower right foot. The heel will come onto the top of the left knee. So we'll take that lower right foot. The heel is gonna draw the left knee down towards the right side of your mat. So this helps you deepen that spinal twist. Few breaths here. Then we'll bring that right foot back down towards the mat. Allow your knees to travel through center, through the midline of the body. Gaze will follow. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, let the knees fall towards the left side. Gaze is coming over the right shoulder. We'll take that lower left foot. Use the left heel this time. to draw that right leg down towards the left side of your mat, deepening the spinal twist on the opposite side. So again, gazes over the right shoulder, a few breaths here on this side. And then you bring that left foot back down here onto the mat. Knees are going to travel through center. Once again, gaze will follow. And arms will relax. Again, staying focused on the breath. So staying focused on each inhale and each exhale. We're going to hug the knees inward towards the body. So knees are going to come inward towards the chest. We're going to give ourselves a squeeze here. Rocking side to side. Side to side. And then finding stillness once again. We'll take our hands and we're going to bring our hands just below the knees. Legs are parallel, so the tops of your thighs are coming inward towards the body. We're going to flex through the heels of each ankle. We're going to focus on drawing the tops of the thighs closer towards the body with each breath. So we'll inhale to create space. And then as we exhale, the legs are coming a little bit closer towards the body. Deep breath in and out. Relax your arms by your side. Gently float the soles of your feet towards the ceiling, towards the sky. We're going to move our way into a dead bug. We're going to move our way into a dead bug. So soles of the feet are shining upwards. Maybe a happy baby. So peace fingers can bind our big toes, or hands can find the insides or outsides of our feet. We're bringing the legs wide. Head, neck, and shoulders are relaxed on our mats. We're finding whatever inversion works for us. Maybe we want to try legs up the wall. So within your own yoga practice, you can always physically move your body towards the wall, or you can take a block and place the block just below you, allowing yourself to explore legs up the wall without a wall. This is also great to do, if you have a bed that's near a wall, you could just relax in your bed with your legs upward. This can be really great for our circulation, our veins, doing a lot of work all day long, especially in our lower extremities. Especially anyone that has neuropathy, this might feel really good for you. So just give yourself that time through whatever inversion feels best. If you want to get creative and try a headstand or a handstand or anything else that is part of your practice, you can go right ahead. If you want to try to rock back, supporting your lower back, moving through a shoulder stand, we might do a half shoulder stand, or maybe those toes float upward. We're keeping our hands on our lower backs. We're staying safe here. Maybe we start to move through plow. We'll drop those toes behind us. If the toes can touch, we can take our hands away, but if not, we can keep those hands there. And when you're ready, we're going to start to make our way onto our mat, finding stillness, finding peace here. As we wind down, we begin to acknowledge the shift that we may feel within the physical body. We can acknowledge the shift that we feel mentally, emotionally, spiritually. Allow yourself to sink into the softness of your mat. Allow yourself to offer this moment of quiet, of reflection, remembering that this is what we work towards throughout our practice. We move and we create space within the body so that our meditation practice can be that much more supported. When you're ready, you can start to wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, moving back into the space wherever you are. I'd like to offer you this opportunity to hug your knees in towards your chest whenever you're ready. If you want to rock front to back, massaging your spine, or if you want to roll onto one side and pause for a moment. We'll all rise to meet here on our mats in a comfortable seat whenever we're ready. Eyes are closed, gaze is soft. We'll meet in that comfortable seat. I'm going to share with you one of my favorite meditations. This comes to us here from Ram Dass, and it's can be found within his book, Walking Each Other Home, which is lovely. There's a quote here from the Dalai Lama. Realizing that the other person is also just like me is the basis on which we can develop compassion, not only toward those around us, but also toward our enemy. Normally, when we think about our enemy, we think about harming him. Instead, try to remember that the enemy is also a human being, just like you. So we're going to allow ourselves to sit here for a moment. And we're going to bring to mind somebody. Maybe this is somebody who has challenged us recently. Maybe it is someone who has brought us pain or frustration or sadness. Maybe we'd like to bring to mind somebody a little more neutral, someone who we don't necessarily have a problem with, but not someone that we necessarily have an abundance of love for either. Or maybe the person we want to bring to mind is somebody that we love, someone that we care for deeply, someone that brings us lots of happiness, lots of joy, someone we truly have strong feelings of love for. Whoever might be within your mind, offer them this compassion meditation today as you also offer yourself compassion. This person has a body and a mind just like me. This person has feelings, emotions, and thoughts just like me. This person has experienced physical and emotional pain and suffering just like me. This person has at some time been sad, disappointed, angry, or hurt, just like me. This person has felt unworthy or inadequate, just like me. This person worries and is frightened sometimes, just like me. This person will die, just like me. This person has longed for friendship, just like me. This person is learning about life, just like me. This person wants to be caring and kind to others, just like me. This person wants to be content with what life has given them, just like me. This person wishes to be free from pain and suffering, just like me. This person wishes to be safe and healthy, just like me. This person wishes to be happy, just like me. This person wishes to be loved, just like me. Now allow wishes for well-being to arise. I wish this person to have the strength, resources, and social support they need to navigate the difficulties in life with ease. I wish this person to be free from pain and suffering. I wish this person to be peaceful and happy. I wish this person to be loved. Because this person is a fellow human being, just like me. Together, we're going to take a nice deep breath in through the nose. Open your mouth, exhale. We'll bring our hands to heart center. Palms pressed. Again, we breathe deeply together, inhaling and exhaling. The divine light in me recognizes and honors the divine light in each and every one of you. Thank you for sharing your practice with me today. Thank you for joining me. And thank you for being here for yourself, honoring your own needs so that you can show up more fully, not just within your own life, but within the lives of others. Remembering that we're all connected, we're all one, and we're all in this together. I bow to you all and say, Namaste. Thank you so much, my friends. Remembering that Namaste means the light within me recognizes and honors the light within you. And we each have our own light, and it's up to all of us to shine that light. So thank you for shining your light by being here today. It was so much fun.
Yeah.
So go for it.
What a marvelous class, Sarah.
Oh my God.
How are you feeling, Barbara?
I'm tired. I have to go somewhere like in a half an hour, and I think I'm energized. I'm still tired, but I think it was wonderful. Yeah.
I feel that vitality, what is it, the pranayama, when we were doing some of those poses, the slight shaking, which it's good to feel alive. It's amazing.
Yeah, it is. I know it. I have to do I was telling you, my PTs give me yoga to do now. You know, before it was just I was lifting my leg because I had a stroke about a year ago. I thought it'd be better in a year, but it's going to take, it's slow.
And you've already recovered so quickly, so well. So give yourself that grace. You're doing an incredible job. And thank you, Sarah, for that practice. It felt amazing, and I would love for ACS to do more with you in the near future.
For sure.
I will do more. I will for sure too.
Yeah. And so I just wanted to give folks a few points of contact for Sarah. So if you want to get in touch with her, you can follow her on Instagram at Plutonian Pancreas. Is that right? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Plutonian Pancreas. You can always email her. You can find her information there. And she's, a fantastic entrepreneur with Holdfast Healing, where she does, wellness coaching that you can connect with her. And if you want more information about ACS, if you've never visited us, like I said, we're a medical cannabis dispensary. You can find us at acscompassion.com. And I'm so happy to see that Zach Petty joined us too. He's our dispensary manager. So it's nice.
Oh, is he? Zach?
Yeah, It's nice to see that we're all coming together to help each other out and share that compassion and kindness that I think we all need to put onto ourselves and emanate onto the community as well.
Yeah. Good. Well, I got to run. This has been wonderful, Sarah.
Yeah, thank you so much. And thank you again, Sarah, for that. Thanks, Barbara.